So a double play to end the top half of this inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. This is where Valley in game number one really struck big time. They were down 3-0. They scored 6 runs in the bottom of the fourth as they sent 10 batters to the plate. Might we see it here in game 2? But to lead it off for the Tigers, it'll be the top of the order. And the Missouri recruit, Alex Honnold, followed by Haley Etzel, and then Maggie House as Tom Banky looks on at his team. As Honnold is at the ready, base to deliver. And after the first pitch is Honnold, and this is off of the foot. And a terrific play by Rodriguez to try to barehand that one back and to get Honnold, but too quick down the line. Alex Honnold's on with a base knock there at first base. This one was smoked right to the right side of the infield. A tough play for Rodriguez to make as she was ranging to her left. Gene Berger, Executive Director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, joining us here in the press box as state softball on the minds. The pairings released earlier today. Here's a ground ball headed to first. Yakovich to second, and the ball is dropped by the shortstop Wheeler with a hard slide by Honnold. Got a lot of action, 2 pitches. And 2 runners aboard here for the Valley Tigers as they start to mount something here.
Well, that's the right play. That's exactly what Yakovich is supposed to do. Get that lead runner. The throw sailed on her a little bit, and they couldn't hang on to it as Honnold slides in hard to second. They got something rolling, and there's something about the bottom of the 4th inning for the Valley Tigers.
Gene, your favorite question.
Yes.
Iowa is the only state that plays during the summer. Are we going to see this continue on?
Yes, absolutely. Where else would we put it?
It's such a differentiator
Yeah.
amongst the other states when you go across the country. And you mentioned that there's high school softball being played in the summer. Everybody thinks it's a club sport, but what a showcase for schools during the summer. That's my opinion. What's yours?
Well, don't forget that in the summer, college coaches are not coaching. And they see a lot of softball players in our state. So that's an advantage. But, you know, I remember last spring when nobody was playing anything and everybody was glad softball was a summer sport. Last spring, it was so bad, you know, we didn't get a lot of stuff in. So, you know, it's hot, but so I don't think so. I think it's a real strong sense of community for our towns. You have baseball and softball going on here, so it connects the community to the school in a way that like nothing else in the summer. And in those small towns, that's their entertainment. Many nights.
Tigers are going to play to run on an RBI sacrifice fly by Haley Gattaca, a Creighton recruit. And it will now bring up Jasmine Spann. So tonight showcasing really 2 Division I recruits for the Valley Tigers. Of course, Honnold headed to Missouri, Gattaca to Creighton. The Warriors delivering the top-ranked team of the state with loads of talent this year. Put up lots of runs. We mentioned player safety just a moment ago, that Union really not requiring masks for the players on the infield. Someday we might get there. Here's the 1-0, and that one misses outside. But as far as for the postseason tournament, Waukee figured to be the top seed, but in Region 1 and of course Valley in Region 2. How tough is it to determine these regional pairings?
Well, you just start with our rankings. And the basic philosophy is we want to split our powers. We want the 8 best teams separated so they've earned, based on their body of work all year long, the right. And so it's difficult when geographically you have a lot of your ranked teams all together. And then, you know, we try to give some power in that. So you'll see, for example, you'll see in Valley, they have a Centennial. And so, you know, I don't know. Coach Bakey will tell me what he thinks of that. And we'll be fine. But, you know, my point is you got to beat somebody to go to state, right? You do.
Right.
And he gets a bye, he gets a play-in game, winner of a play-in game. And then, you know, he's got to beat a team to get to state. And you know, Waukee, too. You know, they have Sioux City North and Riverdale, and they've earned that because of their play and their ranking.
Spann flies out to center. Gene, we thank you. And I think the state of Iowa thanks you, really highlighting the Iowa girl.
We'll see you in Fort Dodge.
Absolutely,
We're
we're looking
big.
forward to it.
Sounds great. Gene
Thanks,
Berger
Gene.
joining us here as you're watching the Iowa High School softball game of the week. Valley Tigers get a run here in the bottom of the fourth inning. It's a 3-1 ball game.
Well, last year we would have had Johnston if we had.
Okay, I did,
So Valley gets a run back in the inning. We go to the fifth inning. Waukee leading at 3-1. 3 runs on 8 hits. The Tigers have been held hitless so far. Waukee seeing Alex Honnold all over the infield. Check out this play, folks. A dive to her left, just smothered the ball. The quick ups and a strong arm able to get the Warriors out. And now here we go to the top of the fifth. It'll be Wheeler followed by Yakovitz and then Jacobson. Warriors again with a 2-run advantage as Roush continues to deliver. Olivia, the junior, making her 10th appearance of the season. Here's the 1-0, which misses outside for ball 2. It was great to catch up with Gene Berger. And of course, you know, folks, it is amazing to see where high school athletics is going. Here's a fly ball lifted down the left field line, but it's telling the story the right way, though.
You know, and I like the fact that she talked about attendance is up, has been up in all the tournaments, the state tournaments, and the interest level is there, and it's just, they've done a nice job of getting everybody back involved and building up the programs and making it exciting for all the athletes involved.
And here's the other thing I like. I know there's this big thing called AAU out there.
Yeah.
It's totally changed the dynamic for girls athletics here in the state. Here's a fly ball lifted out to left field, but it'll go foul for Wheeler.
There's club sports, and it's interesting because it seems like every year we come across a team where we say, oh, well, she didn't play last year. Oh, she took the year off and played club ball, but came back. And you just kind of want to ask some of those players, well, why did you choose to come back and play high school? Is it the camaraderie? Is it just, hey, I'm playing for the high school, the dear old high school, and want to win a state championship? What is the reason that you come back and play and you don't play that club ball all summer long?
It's a competition, really. I mean, to keep players playing for your school's uniform.
You know, and there, you think about Hoover a year ago, they played in the 4A level, but they had a lot of players, and if you go back and look at their schedule, they didn't play a whole lot of regular season games. They played the games that were scheduled within the conference, several others, but on the weekends, they didn't play a whole lot of weekend tournaments like a lot of these teams do. They had a lot of their core players going and playing travel ball, and so they did that on the weekends, but then during the week, they were playing for Hoover High School.
Here's the 1-1. Oh, that one rode up and in and actually gets past the catcher Schramm. And advancing to second is going to be Wheeler. It's a wild pitch. Yakovitz hanging in there with a count of 2 balls and a strike.
I don't know why they're going after Yakovitz. She's been struggling, she's been having a time of it over at first base, going up against the fence, the dugout. And now, ball up and in, brushes her off the plate.
Tightens up the elbow guard and at the ready. Here's the 2-2 from Roush. On the ground, Roush will field Olivia the first to get Yakovitz out, and advancing down to third is going to be Wheeler. Yakovitz is trying to protect the plate here, kind of reaching out for that ball. Good back control.
Yeah, just half swing, and the ball was out of the zone, but made contact with it, moved the runner.
Now Molly Jacobson with the runner at third. Today, or tonight, 0 for 2. For Jacobson, first game got a base hit, went 1 for 2. Fouls this one away. Top of the 5th, again 3-1. Waukee getting a run in the 1st, the 3rd, and the 4th. Threatening again here in the 5th. Oh, 2.
Battling up there at the plate, not really getting any good pitches to hit, but she's just up there fouling them off.
Is this second one?
Changeup misses up high. Waukee trying to grind in another run. Here's the 1-2. Again, fouled away by Jacobson, who's just battling. In fact, we might be out of softballs here. Yeah, that's what Tony Nelson is saying. Hey, need some balls.
That mean game over? As that ran out of balls. Time to call the game. Coach Fakey having to go back to the dugout to grab some extras, new supply.
Molly just doing her thing, waiting her timeout and her pitch. Leads this Waukee team in hitting. And the 1-2. Fouled away. Again.
Yep.
474 hitter is Jacobson. In fact, everybody, it seems like, on the Waukee lineup came in tonight hitting above 400.
Yeah. Well, they said, I mean, you can see their team batting average to start this doubleheader was well above 400.
The 1-2 and a wild pitch. Scoring from 3rd will be Wheeler. And it's a 4-1 lead.
Ball just sneaks by Schramm, just a short hop in front of the plate. That allows Wheeler to slide in for the 4th run.
And the 1-2. Fouled away again by Jacobson.
Jacobson's older brother and sister, basketball players. Michael at Iowa State. Sister Riley, believe, transferred to Western Michigan.
The 2-2, and that's going to be lined out to House at second. Jacobson goes down, but takes a 12-pitch at bat.
Nice line shot, but played her just right. House, a little leap at the end. Pulls that one in.
As a pitcher for Roush, got to feel a little rewarded, able to get Jacobson out after throwing that many pitches. But after this one, a fly ball lifted out towards left field. This one's tailing back. It's off of the fence and over a home run for Reagan Bartholomew.
Boy, and Olander goes back. It's right there, just enough to get out of here. Hits right on top of the fence, it looks like. And Olander out there gets her foot stuck in the chain link fence as well.
The freshman with her 6th home run of the year and RBI number 34 on the year, and it's a 5-1 Warrior lead. Here's Molly Platty. Been on base twice tonight. 2 out, nobody on. The 1-0. Line shot foul. So Waukee showing some power. A couple of home runs in this series and trying to tie up the series. Here's the 1-1. Really, Waukee's able to hold on and win this game, can somewhat sail for a conference championship. Here's the 2-1. That pitch misses upstairs. Ball 3. And the 3-1. And it's ball 4 as that pitch misses outside.
Roush is struggling to find her control, and that brings Coach Bakey out of the dugout.
And it looks like he's contemplating a change here. Roush, the 3rd pitcher of the series here for the Valley Tigers, 2nd of the game. And a pinch runner into the game. Coming in to run is going to be Macy Weiss, the sophomore. Weiss, excuse me, for the Valley Tigers. 5-1 ball game. Runner aboard. This pitch misses outside, and Waukee also going to their bench. Grabbing a bat off the rack is going to be Claire Fossil, the sophomore, with a runner aboard. Fossil after this pitch. It goes underneath Span's legs into right field. An error. A rare error for the Valley Tigers. And the inning continues for the Warriors. Boy, this ball was hit hard by Fossil.
Great contact. You can see the extension of the arms, and that ball just stays down. And Span came up, but the ball didn't.
Here's Natalie Wheeler swinging a hot bat here. 1 out of 2 here in game number 2. Single back in the 4th inning. 2 runners aboard in the pitch. After this one, will line it foul. So there's Coach Tom Bakey. He's got a big board in front of him. 2 books. Is he watching another game? Keeping 2 books there? Probably not, but
I think that maybe he's keeping an eye on the Cubs game,
I'm not sure.
and then watching one eye on the Cubs and one eye on this one, and he's probably keeping track of pitches, pitch count, what hitters have done, and then also keeping a regular book.
The advanced scouting over the years. I mean, you think about that, and you have actual bona fide scouting reports built in over time for players you've seen for a long time. Here's the 0-2, ground ball, base hit, right field. They're going to hold the runner up at 3rd, and the Warriors got him loaded. Fossil took quite the turn at second base and is able to kind of claw back to the bag and is okay. But the Warriors have him loaded.
That ball just kind of scoots between 1st and 2nd. And Edsel comes up maybe thinking that she could get the runner going to 1st.
Coach Eby's going to call for time. We mentioned the wide turn made by Fossil at second base, and I think she's in pain. She might have sprained her ankle. Making that wide turn did not get some good footing and really had to crawl back to the bag. So time taken here by the Waukee Warriors.
Got a trainer coming out. We got a couple people coming to take a look, and it looks like she's in a little bit of pain, but you're right, made a big turn and then had to kind of lay out flat to get back to second base. I'm going to help her up, and doesn't look like she's able to put any weight on that foot at all.
Tough to see as this will bring another runner into the ballgame. Fossil was actually pinch hitting for Rodriguez. And Ella Parker A freshman will be running at second base now for Fossil. So Kate Belt will dig in. 5-1 ball game. Warriors with the lead. They've added 2 runs already here in the 5th. And time called by Coach Eby.
Just wanted to make sure that they got the substitution in.
Yep.
Reported it to the umpire.
Especially with 2 outs and the bases loaded, you don't want to get that out just because you did not report a player. The pitch to Felt. That's in there for a strike right on the outer third.
Base hit here would really break this thing wide open.
That pitch misses outside for ball 1. Waukee has added 2 already. Wheeler came around to score, and then the home run hit by Bartholomew with the bases cleared. Now they're loaded. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and fouled away.
Waukee hitters getting some good looks, getting some good rips at the plate. Not getting cheated over when they step in.
The 1-2, pop fly, left field, going to be playable, and it's going to be caught by Olander. So Waukee adds a couple of runs. They threaten, they leave them loaded. We have played 4.5, a 5-1 lead for Waukee here on MC 22. Graham trying to figure out Bates here, who's been pretty masterful through the Tigers, has only given up 2 runs in her work here this evening in both games, just 1 here so far in the second. Now working into her 5th full inning of work here in game number 2, and her 7th overall for the game. The first pitch fouled away here by Jessica Olander. 0 for 1 here in the contest. So big hole to dig out of here for the Valley Tigers, but we've seen them string some runs together this season, no question. They can put some runs up in a hurry, so Waukee very leery of that.
Well, you don't want to give them any kind of momentum if you're Waukee, and Valley's just looking to try to chip away at it, knowing that they're running out of opportunities and running out of at-bats.
With the lights on in full effect here in West Des Moines as the sun's setting, past summer solstice, so beautiful evening, no wind to speak of. And all you see is those bright lights in the sky. 2-1 is the count to Olander. Bates will deliver. This one fouled away. I just love summer evenings like this. A little heat, humidity.
Mosquitoes. Lots of mosquitoes.
Yeah, lots of bugs. Here's the 2-2. I'm gonna try to avoid them tonight, though. Okay, that's my goal.
I think we're kind of sheltered from them up here in the press box. We haven't seen a whole lot of them flying around here. I think they're out there in the outfield with the lawn chair folk.
Here's the 3-2. And ball 4 to Olander.
Well, that's the kind of start that Valley is looking for. Right now, they're just wanting to start chipping away, run by run. They're going to try to go station to station, see if they can put a little rally together.
Here's Fry. First pitch outside for ball 1.
We talked about it before. 9 seniors on this team, so a lot of experience coming from behind, but only 2 of these seniors going to go on and play in college, and Fry is one of them. She's going to go up to St. Kate's in the Twin Cities. We talked about Elly, she's going to go to Creighton. So those 2 seniors are going to go on and continue their softball career.
Here's the 2-0. Swung on fly ball, and this is going to get out of play. Foul, a long strike for Fry.
Boy, it had distance on it.
When you think about that left side of the infield for the Valley Tigers with Fry and Honnold, I don't think they are much better in the state this year, especially at 5A.
That's a pretty good tandem at short and at third.
2-1. Fry really gunning for it there with a runner aboard, trying to get her team a little closer, within striking distance.
Now, this is a team that can hit some home runs. They don't hit a lot of them, but they do have some power. I'm looking for one. The pitch before that last one, trying to launch one out of here. Cut into that deficit.
3-2. Swung on, ground ball, one hop to Wheeler to second for one. The relay through to first, not in time to get Fry out. Nearly turned up the middle with Wheeler and Rodriguez. Check it out.
That's a shot off the bat of Fry. And a little one hopper and very close over there at first base. Good job of turning it. And good hustle down the line by Fry.
Just able was to leg that one out as Kendra Schramm will dig in. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. One out here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Valley Tigers and a runner aboard.
This Valley team went to state a year ago. Didn't get to the championship game, but Kendra Schramm was on the all-tournament team representing the Valley Tigers. Had a very nice tournament up there in Fort Dodge. Trying to help her team get back there.
Hitting above 500 this year. Trying to work her way back into the regular lineup is Schramm. Here's the count of a ball and a strike. That went in there for strike 2. A throw down to first, not in time to get Fry, who's back in standing up. Valley, again, we mentioned, not a big threat to steal. 4 attempts this year. They've been thrown out twice. Here's the 1-2. Fouled away.
Well, every once in a while, you just have to keep them honest. You have to keep them close at the bag. Even though they're not a threat to steal, you might catch them napping when they get on the bases.
Here's the 1-2. Fouled away. Let me ask you this. You've seen Valley play for a lot of years. When was the last time you remember a team that was just loaded with speed where they would steal a lot of bases? It's been a while.
You just kind of think of Valley and you think of them being the big power hitting team with not a whole lot of speed. They have in the past had 1 or 2 players.
This one's going to be off of the glove of the right fielder, Bartholomew. Tough play for her to make. It is going to be ruled a hit. And so first and second, what effort here by Bartholomew, laying out for the ball.
Boy, I thought she had that, just went off the top of her glove, and right away Coach Bakey has the hold sign up. He wasn't going to take any chances trying to wave around Fry and get an out over there at third. So again, station to station, just moving them along.
07, 08 team, maybe here at Valley, had some good base runners, or stealers, if you will, swipers. That might have been 30 in a year, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean they're a team that just is not that kind of team, and they have not had those kinds of softball players.
Tom working his lineup in the wallet. Back to work here at the plate with Megan Decker. Tigers have a chance here. Try to claw their way back into this one, down by 4. Here's the 1-0. On the ground, back up the middle. They're going to hold the runner at third. They're going to be loaded for Valley in the top of the order, and Alex Arnold right where they wanted to be.
Little bit by little bit, they're putting some pressure on.
Coach Eby coming out to the mound with Alex Arnold at the plate. See if she makes a change. I think she's going through the situation. Bates has been masterful up to this point. She's giving up a run. I believe she's going to keep her in with a 5-1 game. The tying run coming up to the plate in Alex Arnold.
Can't tell if anybody is getting loose down in the Waukee bullpen or not, but I think, looks like you're correct when you say that they're going to stay with Bates.
14 extra base hits this season for Arnold. She has knocked in 21, and what an opportunity. What a moment here for the Valley Tigers here in the bottom of the 5th. They are loaded. Infield playing back. With 1 out, the pitch to Arnold misses outside for ball 1. So you've got Platty at third, playing about even with the bag. Wheeler deep back up the middle. They want to try to turn 2. And then you got Rodriguez deep at second. Yakovitz playing even with the bag over at first. Here's the 1-0. Arnold, one of the best hitters in the state. Came into the series hitting at .475, a slugging percentage just a shade under .800.
Well, you asked about stealing bases. Now, not in a situation to steal bases here, but if you go back to the 2012-2013 team, they were 36 of 45 stolen bases, and that was a team with a freshman by the name of Mandy Remick, who is now playing at Drake, stealing bases over there. She was 10 of 11 that season as a freshman. Megan Rushing was 6 of 9. So they did put the wheels in motion in that year.
Okay, here we go, a moment of truth. 3 balls and a strike to Arnold. Bases are loaded. Bates at the ready. So is Arnold. The pitch. Oh, this one's clubbed on the ground. They'll go to first to get 1. Arnold retired. Will pick up the RBI here, making it a 5-2 game.
And at this point, very similar to like the first game, you go ahead and you give up a run for an out. And that ball was hit to the right side. No need to try to get that runner going home. Just get an out.
Now Edsel still representing the tying run after this pitch. Fly ball right field. Bartholomew will come in to make the catch. The Tigers lead 2 stranded in scoring position. We have played 5 complete. Waukee 5, Valley 2. As we take a look at how we got here. And it starts off in the first inning with the Warriors getting aboard and getting on with Delaney Taylor, who would come around to score to get the game's first run of the contest. In the 3rd inning, Taylor again, always involved. Heidi Wheeler pounded this one back up the middle to pick up the RBI. Coming around to score would be Taylor. 4th inning of work. Bartholomew able to come in to score after the rip back up the middle. And then, of course, the Tigers trying to get on the board this fly ball, and then check out this, as it's a sacrifice RBI fly. And then in the 5th inning, wild pitch allows a run to score for Waukee. And of course, the big shot over the left field wall. Tigers got stuck in that situation, but Bartholomew cranking one in, her 2nd extra base hit of the night. 5-2 Waukee with a lead over Valley. As we now go to the top of the 6th inning, Waukee has pounded out 10 hits and 2 errors in the field. Valley just 2 runs on 2 hits. So here we go, Olivia Rush on the mound to face the top of the order, and Delaney Taylor after the first pitch, fly ball right field, and Edsel is there to retire Taylor. This will now bring up Heidi Wheeler, followed by Jalen Yakovitz.
Aggressive first pitch swinging. finding the pitch that you like, trying to drive it, but it was right at Edsel out there in right field.
And this pitch misses up high for ball one. Wheeler, last time up, took a walk and came around to score. 1 for 2 here on the evening. And in fact, she kind of got some help out there. A couple of wild pitches back in the fifth. And the 2-0. This one back up the middle, and it'll be a base hit to left center field for Heidi Wheeler.
Wheeler having a great night in the doubleheader against Valley here. The infield was cheating in just enough with the left-handed hitter up. And that ball got by Honnold in a hurry. She really didn't even have an opportunity to make a play on it.
5-2 our score in the top of the sixth. 1 out, 1 on. And now Yakovitz, after the first pitch, fly ball, right center field. This one's gonna two-hop the fence. Wheeler gonna be waved around. Here's the throw, the relay, and Wheeler put on the brakes at third. Coach Evie was giving her the go sign, but then thought better of it. What an excellent relay throw in from Youngworth in center field as it was cut off by House.
Solid contact, splits the two outfielders, and Youngworth did a great job of getting that ball in a hurry, and you can see Coach Evie puts the stop sign up. She had her going, and then saw where the ball was and quickly put the hold sign up.
That's a win for the Tigers to keep Wheeler at third on that play. Tremendous amount of speed coming around the bases. And the protest was made, but okay. We stay put, second and third, and just one away. Now here's Jacobson. Is that quiet? Kind of quiet batting here in this series. Top hitter for the Warriors. 1 out, first base is open. Pitch in there for a strike.
Well, she can make some noise with a base hit here. Lined out over to House, her last at bat.
Now back to work. Here's the 0-1. Swung on fly ball, center field. It is playable. Youngworth, 5 feet in front of the track, and tagging up and scoring is going to be Wheeler, and Waukee takes a 4-run lead again at 6-2 on the RBI sacrifice fly by Molly Jacobson.
Well, that's what you want to do. You battle back. You give up a run in the opponent's half inning. You just battle back and you get it put back on the board and get that lead back up to 4.
Here's Bartholomew, who's been swinging a hot bat. 2 of 3 here in game number 2, a double and a home run. Counting for 2 of the 6 runs for the Warriors. First pitch in there for a strike. The 0-1 taken down low. The pitch from Roush, change it.
Got her out on that front foot. That ball just gets there and it drops out of sight. A little off speed. Had her fooled.
And the 1-2. Trying to go for it again, off speed pitch, but just misses outside for ball 2. Runner at third, here's the 2-2. Swung on line shot left field, but foul. Couple of feet wide.
Boy, just changed the level of her swing and went up in the zone and tried to kind of tomahawk that one down the left field line.
And the 2-2. Change up again. Bartholomew out in front of it.
It's easier said than done. You just got to stay back on those pitches that change up. You know, it just floats in there. You want to drill it, and you get out in front on that front foot, and you just turn on it and pull it foul.
2 out. This one line foul again. Just kind of wearing out the change. Bartholomew able to hang in there.
Well, you can see the bat speed that she generates. I mean, she gets through the zone very quickly.
2-2 again. Boy, this time got her. Strike 3. We have played 5.5. 6-2 Warriors here on MC 22.
All these strikes out there.